Can you imagine how stupid you'd have to be to purchase this product? 6 litres of water for £16. That's £2.50 a litre just for water. And all you're really buying is marketing and a fancy can design. And yet people buy it, right? I mean, people actually purchase this. Hold on, let me show you. Okay, this is what you're going to be getting. 12 cans of sparkling water with a, in my opinion, a rather stupid design. The font is Germanic, although I don't think it really matters. Artesian Mountain, Mango Chainsaw, Severed Lime. It's just another version of the Prime scam, isn't it? It's another version of the Prime scan. And yet people are raving about this because they bought it at from the Alps, not a lab. Straight from a mountain. Nature created over the centuries. Right, well that's nice. I mean, but that's water anyway, isn't it really? And even if you were to buy a traditional spring water like Perrier, or everyone will mistakenly think you're an alcoholic, which you know, infinitely recyclable, packed with electrolytes. So they're trying to make death to plastic, and even if it's infinitely recycled, plastic is not. Okay, so that's nice to know that they are interested in recycling, but what about the carbon footprint? Because they obviously believe in carbon footprint. What about the carbon footprint of manufacturing this stuff, canning it and transporting it long distances? I mean, for example, let's say you lived in Scotland, they'd have to can this in the Austrian Alps and transport it by lorry to the UK and ship. What about the carbon footprint of that? Is it really necessary? Most people can drink tap water, at least when it's not fluoridated. I don't believe there's any health advantage in this, although they try. And limited edition case art. Killer artists like Bostock. Does this attract you, this art? I don't like it at all. But apparently it's supposed to attract people. Liquid Death. And 82% give it a 5-star rating out of 29,000 global ratings. How can people, I mean, unless they're paying for the ratings, or do people really like this stuff? Maybe they do. Maybe I'm just an old fuddy-duddy. Mrs. Karen Taylor. Tried it at a festival and loved it. Cost £2.60 at the festival. £1.50 a can. She thinks it's a bargain. She spent £2.60 buying a can of water. Introduce some family members to it, says Mrs. Karen Taylor. Oh, Mrs. Karen Taylor, are you the same person who's moaning about the cost of living crisis? You know, we keep hearing about how poor people are and how they can scarcely afford to eat. And yet there are 83% of these people, 82% of these people. Well, I mean, let's face it, 95% of reviews are 3-star or above. How can you possibly have such a high opinion of some sparkling water? I mean, I like sparkling water if it's hot, but I would just buy an own brand if I wanted sparkling water. Carbon dioxide, I thought that was supposed to be bad as well. Lime flavour. Excited. People are excited by this. Look, Liquid Death. People are just excited by the crappy marketing. It's so transparently bullshit. Refreshing water-based drink with almost no harmful additives. God blimey. I was missing one can, but the product is great. Imagine paying 15 quid for 6 litres of water and missing a can. Fantastic marketing, brilliant company. Little expensive supposedly. What about the carbon footprint of all this stuff? Made in Austria. Okay, so 4.6. Bloody hell, there's Belgian beers that don't get that amount um, of likes. Six litres. I mean, you know, you could say, well, where's the harm? I mean, if people want to spend money on this, they can. I mean, I'm not saying there's any law that says you can't buy water in a can. I'm pretty open-minded. I don't believe in the carbon footprint shit. See more product details. Liquid death. Mountain water, CO2 from the Alps. Lots of water comes from the Alps. There's nothing particular about the Alps. I mean, we have great water in the UK from the Peak District and so on. The Cairngorms, the Peak District. There's lots of places in Britain which have good natural water. We don't actually need to buy water from the Alps at all. In fact, we almost certainly shouldn't. Latest, most recent. If you're looking for lime flavour, you ain't going to be overpowered. But not for me. Awful. Well, why, if people want a lime drink, surely it'd be easy just to buy some bloody limes and stick a slice of lime in it. Be much, much cheaper as well. I think you can buy a lime for 20p, and that would probably be enough for 10 drinks. No fresh kick to it, just blah. Who is going to do something called liquid death? I don't want to open my fridge and see skulls and death. Exactly. I mean, I'm not saying it's just a marketing, but, you know, I don't see any particular trendiness in skulls. I mean, I don't understand it. Halloween maybe as a joke. I defiantly buying again. Somebody in Mexico. Nice presentation, modern presentation. Not only is the price outstanding, it's too good to be true. She reckons it's an outstanding price. Flavour's amazing. I didn't realise that water was that. I mean, I guess if you're some sort of celebrity with Kim Kardashian, this might be up, you know, you can't be seen drinking Tesco valued water, even though it's pretty much the same. I just think it's ridiculous. I think it's childish. I think this whole marketing, we live in a world where marketing is more important than what you're actually buying. I'm interested in what I'm buying. I'm not interested, and I think I still would be, even, which is, you know, why I'd rather buy like 5 bottles of Cava than 1 bottle of champagne, because even if champagne is slightly superior drink, I can't justify the extra cost of champagne, because Cava is a type of champagne made in the same manner, although perhaps not as refined. But I don't know. I mean, it just bang for your buck. I don't think this gives you bang for your buck. And honestly, are people really that impressed by this artwork? It's pretty feeble, I reckon. Pretty feeble. Calling it liquid death. How about molten murder or something? They just make up these silly names. I think it's childish. I'd be embarrassed to walk around with that nonsense in my hand. You know, I really would. And imagine getting arrested by a police officer who thinks you're illegally drinking when it's just water. And apparently that's supposed to be a cool look. It's very silly, really. Very silly. But we live in a stupid world where people buy Prime for £2. Honestly, just because it's marketed by some YouTube people. How can people be that dumb? I mean, really.